When you experience a sports injury, muscle, or joint pain, you want treatment right away. Parkview Ortho Express provides same-day orthopedic and sports injury care without referral or appointment, offering diagnostics, x-rays, the region's only body composition DEXA scan right inside of the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse. Walk in Monday through Thursday, 7 to 7, Friday, 7 to 5, and Saturday, 8 to noon. For more information, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com/orthoexpress.
It's the comets. Comets falling from the sky. 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 Comets falling from the sky.
This is the first time I've been able to do this kind of more complete understanding or view of your body. One of the things that's really important about this is that it's kind of legitimizing us as athletes.
Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on. Concussions. They're a concern for parents of athletes in any sport. That's why Parkview Sports Medicine is leading the way with the area's first concussion clinic. Our integrated sports medicine team utilizes an innovative, evidence-based approach to manage athletic-related head injuries in those 14 and older, providing comprehensive care to get the athlete you love safely back in play. To schedule an appointment, call Parkview Sports Medicine at 266-4007. Reaching higher, pushing further. Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
The Kelly Automotive Group is simple, transparent, reliable. Simple. Our customer specialists make buying a car easy and fun. Transparent. Our price listed is the best price. No hassle, no gimmicks. Reliable. Buy with confidence and peace of mind. We work hard to ensure the best value however you shop. Choose from over 60 vehicles under $10,000. Visit drivekelly.com. The Kelly Automotive Group. Simple, transparent, reliable.
Get mad about blue. Get mad about your Fort Wayne Mad Ants. When looking for the best basketball action in town, it's the Go to FortWayneMadAnts.com for the complete game schedule. See your Fort Wayne Mad Ants in action. Get mad about blue.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Parkview Sports Medicine, especially since I've been a pro, has been a place where my game has really been able to develop in multiple facets. Injury prevention, maintenance, physical therapy, weightlifting, agility work, all the things that I need to do in order to have an NBA body. This is the place for me to go when I come back home and I need to get a workout in. Always welcome me back with open arms.
Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
It may be winter, but it's never too early to start thinking about spring. Start your new year sharp and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Fair prices, superior quality, and exceptional customer service. Schedule your spring special appointment today. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Give your home the curb appeal it deserves. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code SummitCity for 15% off today.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome in Indiana High School basketball fans. SummitCitySports.com coming to you live for another SAC doubleheader. This one we've been waiting for. The Snider Panthers and the Northrop Bruins. We'll start with the girls at 6 p.m. right here in a couple of minutes. Then we'll move to our boys game that will be followed thereafter. So I thought they were going to go with the national anthem there. It's actually doing the school song, so we'll roll with it here. This is SummitCitySports.com. Chris Cochran on the camera. This is Tim Atkinson calling your play-by-play. Adam Weiss on the color here. Outstanding. Welcome in here, bro. I appreciate you joining us. You know so much about Northrop High School here as we get started. Just about 3 minutes here into our pregame. Let's talk about both these clubs here. Two teams on rebuilding years for the most part. They did not have the best showing in the SAC Holiday Tournament. Northrop did win in their opening round against Wayne. And, of course, Snider had the win over Northside in the opening round, and then the daunted Homestead test that everyone has seemed to fail against this year in the SAC. But these two squads are young. And what do you know about here and the Northrop Bruins?
Yeah, a little bit about the Lady Bruins. They're coming in at 6-7 on the season, but 0-5 in conference play, so winless. And obviously tonight, looking for their first win in the SAC, and obviously facing Snider. You know, both teams rebuilding, and maybe a little differently as Northrop graduated 8 seniors, 7 of which
tremendous.
are playing at the collegiate level. And Snider, on the other hand, change really came at the coaching level as head coach Greg Addison in his first year with the Lady Panthers. And they come in at 5-9, 2-4 in the conference. And obviously you can throw the records out. This is a rivalry game dating back to inception, 1970s, early 70s. And so maybe a little bit different that it's a Friday night SAC doubleheader and school's not in session. Obviously, school returns next Monday.
Right.
But expect the crowd to fill in, especially the student sections, as we get closer and closer to the boys' game. But rivalry game for sure. And obviously, Northrop looking to get a win in the win column in conference.
Yeah, there's no question about that. They both definitely need a win badly here. 2-3 in the conference play for Snider, and 0-5. Oh, excuse me, looking at 0-5 for the girls. But Northrop, I'm telling you what, they have two of the most dynamic sophomores, as we'll talk about this in a minute as we go for our national anthem.
Thank you, America.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. God bless America. But talking about our dynamic sophomores here for Northrop, they had an outstanding holiday tournament for head coach Rashida Muhammad. I'm talking about number 2, Destiny Jackson, and of course, number 21, Tiana White. Two tremendous players, inside-out players, and these two girls will be studs. Already are, but are going to continue to grow here for head coach Rashida Muhammad.
Yeah, and these two girls have played together for a long time, dating back to middle school and maybe even before. And both are very lengthy. They got a lot of length. They're tall, but also long arms and really understand the game really well, especially number 2, Destiny Jackson. Sees the floor so well and is really the number 1 playmaker, despite Jasia Scott, the freshman point guard, really the number 1 playmaker for the Bruins. And then Tiana White does such a great job in different facets, whether it's rebounding, defending, finishing in and around the basket area. So expect those two to shine and see the ball a lot tonight, along with senior Treva Datcher, who did not play in the SAC tournament. So got a chance to talk to Coach Muhammad just before the game, and her keys tonight for victory to be successful were to limit the threes that the Lady Panthers get a look at tonight, want to get a hand in their face of the shooters, and then also to box out and rebound the basketball, limit the Panthers to 1 shot, and take care, offensively, take care of the basketball to be successful. Coach Addison, on the other hand, emphasized 3 things. He wants to play solid defense. He wants to be disciplined, but also be aggressive and attack inside. He mentioned the freshman for the Panthers, Naisha Anderson, and trying to use her first before they attack from the outside.
Yeah, Naisha Anderson, outstanding game there in the opener against Northside in that holiday tournament. Of course, SummitCitySports.com was there live for all 18 games. Was on the pleasure of being on the call for all of those games by Naisha Anderson, one of the top freshmen here in the state of Indiana. I'm telling you, she is just starting to scratch the surface on how good she can be. Had a double-double against Northside. Of course, was a little overmatched and overwhelmed against Homestead and their size, but an outstanding freshman, and it looks like they're going to pair her up with Markeisha Weeks, the 5'9" junior. She's more about 6 foot, but this could be a tremendous high-low opportunity for head coach Gregory Addison in his first year with a pair of twin towers. There's no question about it.
Yeah, and I haven't seen the Lady Panthers much this year, but as you look over at pregame, Anderson is the first player you see. Her size, and then obviously with Weeks, look for them to attack inside tonight. And Tiana White and Treva Dash are going to have their hands full defensively for the Bruins. About 15 seconds away from starters.
Yeah, Anderson, of course, she's averaging just under 6 points a game, just under 5 boards. Really scratching the surface. Peyton Gorman, watch for her, number 22 for Snider. And Baby D, Delasia Davis, 18.5 points a game. Not getting a start, but being told will come in at the second half. So right now, let's send you down to the PA announcer for our starting lineups, because we are live right here at Northrop High School. This is game 1 of our doubleheader. We'll have our boys game about 30 minutes after this contest. Now your starting lineups.
First, for the visiting Lady Panthers.
1 and 2. Yeah, 2, 3, 1, and just fouls.
Number 5, Naisha. Also the guard, a 5'8" sophomore, number 10. And the other guard spot for the Lady Panthers, a 5'7" junior, number 22, Jacob Boyd. Starting at forward, a 5'9" junior, number 44, Markeisha. Rounding out the starting lineup for Snider, a 6'2" and 45, Naisha Anderson. Coaching the Lady Panthers, Mr. Greg Addison.
Now for your Northrop Lady Bruins.
Starting at full, a 5'10" sophomore, number 2, Destiny Jackson. Starting at guard, a 5'5" freshman, number 5, Delasia Scott. Also at guard, a 5'4" sophomore, number 14, Jen Perry. At the other guard, 5'5" freshman, number 23, Amanda Fisher. Rounding out the starting lineup for the Lady Bruins, a 5'11" senior, starting at forward, number 33, Treva Fisher.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, for head coach Gregory Addison and his Snider Lady Panthers. Number 5, Naisha Hardy, she's a senior. Number 10, Nakai Boone, sophomore. The junior, number 22, Peyton Gorman. Number 44, Markeisha Weeks, the junior. And the talented freshman, number 45, Naisha Anderson. For the Northrop Lady Bruins, number 2, Destiny Jackson, sophomore. The freshman, number 5, Jasia Scott. Number 14, Jasmine Perry, the sophomore. Number 23, the freshman, Amanda Thatcher. And number 33, Treva Datcher, the senior. We are set. It is Jackson and Anderson. This is Indiana High School basketball. We do play 4 8-minute quarters here in the state. No shot clock with a 10-minute halftime as Gorman starts at baseline. Can't get it. And Thatcher, that's a name they know a lot here in Northrop land, is Thatcher.
Absolutely. 2 freshmen, 2 sophomores in the starting lineup for the Bruins, and one of those freshmen, the younger sister of recent Northrop graduate Ariel Thatcher, now playing collegiately. And you see both teams, Snider now starting in a 2-3 zone.
trying to force Northrop from outside. There's a good look to Datcher. She turns, spins, can't get it to go, and Weeks with her first board. Here comes Snider.
And on that first possession, I thought they had a post entry as they do there and just didn't look inside first. Anderson with multiple chances here.
Yeah, she just battles like no other as a freshman. She has really nice hands as well. Just couldn't get that one to go. That will come with time. We're just under 7 minutes. Of course, Destiny Jackson, the leading scorer on this team for Northrop, 14 points a game. Tiana White at 12, and then Datcher at 11. As you mentioned, not in the lineup there in the SAC Holiday Tournament.
There is Thatcher, a little inside out and long.
So 6.5 in.
Both teams
score.
A little excited, as you can imagine, a rivalry game. And here's a little 1-2-2 now from the Lady Bruins. 1-2-2 half-court zone, and the Panthers look to investigate.
Jasia Scott at the top of that, the freshman, one of the talented freshmen here in the Summit Athletic Conference, as Anderson comes up with an offensive rebound and puts it in through the contact. Naisha Anderson.
One great way to get her the basketball, obviously, is to shoot it. Such a good offensive rebounder is Anderson. And if she can attack every shot as a pass to her, she's going to have a nice game tonight.
And there's Weeks with the rebound, one and done. That's going to be key here. Nearly ripped away from Datcher, looking for a foul. Hardy's going to back it back out. She is a ball hawk on defense. Love her game. A good skip pass to Gorman. Gorman, couple dribbles, comes back to Wade, and they're going to reset it here.
And Coach Addison mentioned they want to go inside first. Look at the senior Datcher. A little Hollywood perhaps, but drawing the charge on Weeks. That'll be Weeks' first foul of the game.
Definitely Hollywood, but it'll be that way. Coming back now, 5:23 left in this first quarter. Snider with a 2-zip lead.
Last couple trips, the Bruins have found Datcher in the high post area, as they do again. Nice bounce pass and cut on the baseline.
Jackson just couldn't handle it, misbobbled, but she can hit that as well. No good. And then Scott comes with the offensive board. Look at the feed to Jackson. Couldn't get it off glass, and then Boone comes down with it, goes to Hardy.
I think the 6'2" Anderson might have gotten in the way of that shot for Jackson off of a nice pass from Scott.
Ooh, Scott went for the gamble. It's going to leave up Gorman for a little 18-foot jumper, in and out, no good. Datcher comes down with the board.
She's missed 3 from there to start the game. You got to assume coach is telling her to keep shooting.
Oh, there's no doubt.
Stay aggressive. Those are wide open jump shots and good-looking shots from Gorman.
Look at that take from Scott, and Weeks with another board, one and done.
Scott, even just a freshman, but so good at knifing through defenders. There's Gorman. She trusts it.
No good, but that's going to be last touch by Anderson. That'll go to the Lady Bruins. 4:20 on the clock here in the first quarter. SummitCitySports.com. Thank you for joining us. We are live. Follow us on Twitter at 260sports. Like and follow our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Northrop looking for their first bucket. Good look to Datcher. The high post goes low.
Thatcher to Thatcher.
Yeah,
back to Datcher.
So that will send number 33, Treva Datcher, the 5'11" forward, senior, to the line to shoot a pair.
Yeah, the only senior on the roster for the Lady Bruins, so a young team, obviously based on the starting lineup, 2 sophomores, 2 freshmen, and only 1 junior. So Coach Muhammad going to be able to develop these young players for not just a couple of years, but going forward 3 years, which is a nice thing. Maybe not so nice now as they're young, but going forward, she's got to be excited about the future.
That Datcher does hit them both, and then a little full court pressure on the make here. 2-2-1 zone, and we're going to travel. So beautiful call there from head coach Muhammad off the free throw make. Going to that press, it led right to a turnover.
Yeah, and give Datcher credit. It's hard to get into that press if you don't make your free throws. Datcher maybe broke the lid on the basket. First 2 points of the game for the Bruins, 4 minutes in. I was setting that three up, wasn't I? The lid was broken. Jackson was supposed to make that.
Andrew Wiss on the call here, joining us in the booth. This is Tim Atkinson. First game of our doubleheader. We're midway through the first quarter. Rebounds have been a factor, but Snider right now not be able to convert on those second chance opportunities. Here comes Jackson. She can handle as well. Oh, look at that lob to Datcher. Look at the finish and caught in traffic there.
Yeah, great finish. Maybe an even better pass, as you noted there. Jackson just kind of floated that over Anderson. And not to go unnoticed, Datcher held off the defender there. Didn't leave until the ball crossed the defender's head, then caught it and put it in.
There's Anderson. They want to get the good feed on the bounce. Datcher came over to help and bothered it. Weeks, though, with the offensive rebound. That's 4 early boards I have unofficially, as that will head to the line now. Markeisha Weeks, the 5'9 junior, number 44.
Yeah, and Datcher's doing a really nice job defensively of contesting the shot without fouling, going straight up. But that time exactly right. Weeks crashed the backside board and earned a trip to the free throw line.
Weeks, wide right on the first. We'll get a second attempt. 4-2 our score. Excuse me, Andrew.
I do like the shoes of Weeks. I'm not sure. Are those Kobe's, Tim? I don't know, but
I'm old as dirt. I don't know.
They look nice.
They are pretty. There's no doubt about that. Here's Datcher. Good help. Now back up top, Jackson. Beautiful look at the high post. Just forced it a little bit. Oh, that Datcher, beautiful play. Oh, my goodness. Yes, you have been right. They've been missing Treva Datcher. She puts it up and in.
Datcher's got 6, as does Northrop, and that's going to cause a Coach Addison timeout.
This is SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter. This live broadcast, of course, brought to you by us here at SummitCitySports.com. None of it would be possible without our sponsorships. Parkview Sports Medicine, it is game on. We're the region's largest integrated sports medicine team, providing athletes specialized services from improving their performance to recovering from injuries. To learn more, go to ParkviewSportsMedicine.com. Kelly Automotive Group is Indiana's #1 automotive group with over 1,000 new vehicles and 500 pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Please visit DriveKelly.com. Simple, transparent, reliable. The world is waiting for you to make a difference in a way that only you can. Discover your strengths at Indiana Wesleyan University's residential campus in Marion, Indiana. Visit indwes.edu. 2:52 on the clock. Back to the live action out of the timeout from Snider. And the full court pressure.
Boy, she is quick. She, number 5, Naisha Hardy for the Panthers, but maybe bailed out there.
Yeah, it looks like Jasmine Perry was going to get hit with that foul. And here comes Tiana White. Didn't get to start here today. We won't look into that. Just come and enjoy her play now. She is a talent. Very long and lengthy. Can shoot the 3 inside and out. And they put her at the top of this 1-2-2 zone, which is a problem.
Yes, I mean, those are, if you're Hardy, everywhere you look, you're going to see Tiana White arms.
Nearly led to the steal from Scott. And head coach Muhammad's got to like the pressure early defensively for Northrop.
Yeah, absolutely. You see the energy on the defensive end, and maybe that's been caused by their ability, Northrop's ability, to just score a couple baskets. Sometimes that can turn into defensive energy, simply scoring on the offensive end.
Thatcher with the rebound. She's going to push it. Here's a freshman. Ooh, that's a dangerous pass. No lane was there. Tried to force that to go out of bounds. It'll go right back to Snider, 6-2. Our score, 2:19 on the clock.
Yeah, a couple of trips ago, she brought it down, and I thought made a great decision to pull it out against the transition defense. That time, maybe just saw Tiana White streaking a little late. If she can bring that out and simply run some offense, she's going to string together some buckets.
Hardy in the corner, finds Boone. Oh, Weeks wide open on the other block. Beautiful pass, and the finish. Markeisha Weeks.
Give Boone credit there, number 10 for the Panthers, looking on the diagonal. Against that zone, she caught it, she looked diagonally and found Weeks, who loves that right block.
1:54 on the clock. White will inbound to Scott with Datcher, Jackson, and Thatcher. There she is at the high post. Datcher, the turn, Jackson, little shovel pass down low to White, lost the handle. Oh, we got out of bounds. Looks like Jackson was touching the ball as she went out of bounds. So it'll go back to Snider. And the 2-2-1 press set up again. 1:42 on the clock. Here comes Gorman. Gorman to Boone. Has Hardy, Weeks, and Anderson. There's the starters for Snider. Gorman, nice move into the open space. Couldn't get it to go. Rebound Jackson. Couldn't get that off the fingertips of White. Nope. I'm going to say last touch by Boone. It'll stay at that end, 1:22 left.
Yeah, and even though the Panthers got a shot there, I think if you're Coach Muhammad, you like what that 2-2-1 press is forcing Snider into. Maybe not the greatest of shots there by Gorman. And I'd stay in that, especially if you can score here. So much easier to get into that press.
Thatcher. Jackson in the corner, can't get it to go. Looks like Thatcher rolled her ankle out here up top. Hopefully she's okay. She's limping back on defense. And that's going to be a foul, blocking foul on number 23 for Northrop, Amanda Thatcher, the 5'5 freshman. That's her first and the team's third. 6-4 our score, 109 left. And Nakai Boone to the line.
First trip to the line for Boone this quarter. Get a look at her shooting form.
Boone, wide left. We'll get a second attempt. So low-scoring first quarter, as it usually is in the SAC, until teams start to get comfy out on the hardwood as she hits the second and cuts it to a 1-point deficit. Right now, Datcher with all 6 for the Lady Bruins, trying to make it 8, and double dribble. She knew it right away. So another turnover on Northrop, and 1 minute left. Weeks will inbound. We're gonna put White up here, 2-2 with Scott. Ooh, dangerous pass. You don't want to give it to your big that far away from the bucket. Here comes Hardy. Boone. Boone spins out of traffic, then right into a double. Here's Hardy. Good pressure defense here from Northrop. Hardy all the way to the cup, lays it up and in. Are you serious? 7-6. Naisha Hardy with her first bucket.
Boy, Weeks, I think it was Anderson actually that kind of sealed off the defender there as Hardy drove it in and found herself 35 feet from the basket and then right into 2 feet for a layup.
Treva Datcher stepping her game up. Boy, she's been missing playing out here on the hardwood as that was over the baseline. A turnover right back to Northrop, so a chance to to push on this 1-point lead here with 22 seconds left.
Yeah, you kind of wonder if they're going to attack it here to score or simply pull it out and maybe get the last possession. Smart offense there, getting it into Datcher. White Jackson on the backside.
Excuse me, White, yes.
Doing what she does so well.
So Tiana White gets the rebound and put back. Ooh, that was a travel, missed. 7 seconds left. 5. Ooh, got hit, and Hardy with the and one opportunity. Taking the hit from Datcher, and she'll go to the line.
That's a generous 5'5" Naisha Hardy driving in amongst the trees against the Lady Bruin defense. Potential and one here.
10-9 our score, looking to tie it up with 4.1 left in the first. Hardy in and out, can't get it to go. Anderson, second attempt, needed to go right up with it, put it down, and that will be the end of our first quarter with your score. The Northrop Lady Bruins up 10-9 over the Snider Lady Panthers. We'll take a break. You are watching the SAC right here from SummitCitySports.com.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team. We're treating injuries when and where they happen and working to prevent them before they do. We believe the best care is coordinated care, helping ensure you get the individualized services you need every step of the way, offering innovative treatment techniques to get you or the athlete you love back in play. Reaching higher, pushing further. Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 10-9 our score. Northrop right now enjoying a 1-point lead. Nyesha Anderson with 4 rebounds, as does Weeks in that first quarter. Here's Thatcher. Northrop looking for some help besides Datcher to get something going. Datcher with 8 points of the 10. Tiana White with the other 2. Late jumper. Battle for the rebound. Comes to Anderson. But she steps out of bounds. So it'll stay at that end.
Yeah, offensively for the Bruins, it was the Datcher show. 8 of the 10 points for Northrop. And really operating against that 2-3 zone out of the high post area. Let's see if the Bruins continue to attack offensively that way.
That was a good look on that diagonal pass, and White was blocked by Boone, but they're saying too much contact, so Boone will pick up the foul. That is her first, and the team's third. That'll send Tiana White to the line.
Yeah, I don't know if the Snider coaching staff appreciated that whistle, but they have quickly, Coach Addison in his first year, learned to smile at the bad calls. That is a coaching skill, Tim.
That is a skill learned. There's no doubt about it as White hits the first 2-point game. Here comes White with her second attempt. Hits them both. So 4 points now for White. Limited action, didn't get to start here today, but you could tell the skills and watch her move out front in this 1-2-2 press. Excuse me, 1-2-2 zone. Snider just needs to keep punching that ball inside that high post, high-low here, don't they?
Yeah, you got Anderson down there, and it'd be a lot easier if Snider could hit a couple shots from the outside or vice versa, continue to attack inside and open up your three-point shooting. But Davis, the playmaker, expect to see some better offensive looks with her on the floor.
Jalacia Davis, number 23, has checked into the game to start the second quarter. And she wears number 23. She's the leading scorer for Snider and has been for a couple of years. She's averaging 18 points a game, nearly 19, and she can do it all, kids. Baby D is what she goes by. Good look. Thatcher to Datcher down low. Good save, but threw it inbounds to Snider. Here comes Gorman, 1-on-2. Gorman, good take, couldn't get it. Anderson. And we're going to have a jump ball. Look at that. Jasia Scott battling with Anderson down low, giving up about 8 inches.
An athletic one is Scott, and she plays fearless out there, battling against the 6'2 Anderson.
6:43 left in this second quarter. SummitCitySports.com. Andrew Wiss on the color. This is Tim Atkinson calling your play-by-play. Here's Davis. You got to come out on her. That's one you don't want to lose in the zone. Couldn't get it to go. Datcher with the board. Here's White.
That was a good look for Davis.
Jackson.
If you're Northrop, I'm staying in that 1-2-2 zone, as sometimes it can just make the offensive team a little uncomfortable. And the last thing you want to do is let Davis, Jalacia Davis, get comfortable in this game.
That one was knocked out of bounds off of Datcher, so the turnover, that'll come back to Snider. As number 15, Kayla Warfield's going to check in for head coach Muhammad on our next dead ball. There's that high-low. Anderson. Gorman can't get it. Battle for the rebound comes to Thatcher. Amanda Thatcher has White with her. Nice knock away from behind for Gorman. Here comes Hardy.
Give Hardy credit. I think she saw her teammate was going to flick it from behind and so stabbed that ball out of the air.
She is a ball hawk, no doubt about it. Talking about number 5 in black. She just catching it on there. Has Boone in the corner. Anderson down low. Anderson just couldn't get it to go, but you see the skills. They'll come. 5:40 left. Looks like Datcher working herself back in the game. Speed still. That ain't bothering her scoring. 8 points. She needs a touch here at the high post. Jackson will take it. Good look to White. Jackson to White for the lay-in bucket. Biggest lead for Northrop's 5.
And those passes are there if you know how to throw them. It's going to have to be over the top of Anderson or, as Jackson just did there, a low bounce pass, which are often easier to catch as Davis gets on the scoreboard for the Panthers.
She's one of the more talented scorers we've had in the Summit Athletic Conference in the past several years. Jalacia Davis, Baby D, she is tremendous. Getting it into the paint as well as shooting the rock from deep, and that's all another thing she could do. She averages about 4 a game. Hardy, she'll pull it back out, wait for numbers. Here's Boone. Davis in the corner. Good job by Jackson to come out. The walk through, got it. Davis with 2 quickies and 1 point game we have. Full timeout.
She makes it look easy. Coach Muhammad maybe wants to talk about that zone. Either some improvements to be made or perhaps switching out of it, going to their man-to-man, which they've played really the majority of the season defensively.
So we'll take a break here. SummitCitySports.com, full timeout called by head coach Muhammad.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team.
I mean, I always had my family behind me. I always had my team behind me, but to have staff that wanted the best for me and to get me feeling better the quickest was really reassuring.
Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
It may be winter, but it's never too early to start thinking about spring. Start your new year sharp and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Fair prices, superior quality, and exceptional customer service. Schedule your spring special appointment today. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Give your home the curb appeal it deserves. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code SummitCity for 15% off today.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As you take a look right there, head coach Rashida Muhammad, outstanding young coach here in the state of Indiana. Well respected by her peers as well. And with all the graduation, as Andrew mentioned, still has a solid squad. Of course, the wins aren't coming as much as they'd like, but the skill and the potential is absolutely here at Northrop.
Yeah, you saw Snider come out of that 2-3 zone, out of the timeout, and a little trap. As soon as the ball crossed half court, the Bruins handled it, but here's Davis again driving it in, and a defensive rebound by Serenity Bragg.
4:10 on the clock. Here comes Scott. Scott takes a little bump from Hardy. Is that going to go to bounds? Oh, she's going to get a blocking foul. Hardy's going to get hit with a personal. That'll be her first and the team's fourth. Checking in is Trevor Datcher's back in for number 44, Serenity Bragg. Nope, they're going to bring Jackson out instead. So on the floor for Northrop is White, Scott, Datcher, Bragg, and who's the far one over there?
Warfield.
And Kayla Warfield.
And the Bruins love this when Datcher inbounds it. She loves to just post right up, but defended. Almost a second steal for Davis in the second quarter here. But they love to post up Datcher right away. Hadn't seen that look much, though, against a 2-3 zone, which is what the Panthers are in against this underneath out of bounds.
This time they'll flare out Bragg. They'll go to White. Tiana White had a couple of outstanding games in the SAC Holiday Tournament. Really showcased her skills as Hardy, the takeaway, hangs and is a hit by Warfield. So Hardy will head to the line to shoot a pair. That's the fifth team foul. And the first on Warfield. So Destiny Jackson is going to check back in after this make or miss on the first attempt from Nasia Hardy. 4 points. Down by one.
Some of the first real transition we've seen for the Panthers so far into the game. Now we're only 12 minutes into the game, but transition look there for Hardy, which is so quick. She's got to be so good in transition. And the first free throw missed for Hardy.
Second attempt here coming from Nasia Hardy, the senior. Nothing but net on that. We're tied up at 14s. 3:50 on the clock. And Jasia Scott, one of the top freshmen here in the SAAC, will bring it up and go to another one. And Amanda Thatcher, the youth here at Northrop, is tremendous. There's another one. Jackson looking for the skip pass to Thatcher. She can knock down the open three, but has not got a look here in the early going. The skip pass. Scott with the tough catch. Look at Hardy move those feet and put her right into that coffin corner. Found Datcher. I think Datcher took a shot in the face. Scott couldn't get it. And Tiana White.
Yeah, not a lot of size out there as Anderson getting a rest on the bench for the Panthers. And so while shots may not be going in for the Bruins, a chance at offensive rebounds. And Tiana White may be the best for the Lady Bruins of just going backside, expecting her teammates' shots to come off of that weak side and then clean it up. Call her the custodian early, Tim.
What do they call it, a witticism or what are they?
You know.
Quote of the day.
Shout out to Sodexo, the FWCS custodial company. I know they had an 11 a.m. meeting today. I wonder if Tiana White was there.
from the looks of it and the looks of the student section as well that's starting to come in here at Northrop. It must be construction night here for the student section as she hits them. 16-14, Northrop taking a 2-point lead. Good look to Anderson.
Some gas masks, some breathable masks over there. The Den Northrop student section going all out early.
3:05 on the clock.
Safety first.
16-14. They'll backs out this inbound play, and they'll look for a lob here to Anderson. Datcher's got to be aware of this, so I'm sure she is.
Bruins all year long have gone 2-3 underneath out of bounds, even though they play a majority man-to-man. And there's Davis, a quick bounce and up. Thatcher, I wonder if she realizes she's staring at 3 defenders. She does. Nice trail and find. Thatcher to Datcher combo. I believe that comes with a side of coleslaw on Fridays.
Davis gets a hit. Can't get it to go. But you see the absolute skill, the secondary transition on that as well. The heads-up play to pull that ball up back and let her big run the floor for that easy bucket.
Yeah, great look there and find by Thatcher. And then Davis on this end, just so comfortable. Such body control by the Snider senior.
18-14, Northrop enjoying this lead, 2:43. Anderson needs help in the corner. Gorman just backed away from Datcher. Anderson with the offensive rebound, put back, going for it again. Here's Boone, blocked by Datcher, and then fouled by Nakai Boone. That'll be her second, team sixth.
Well, I don't know whether to give the Bruin defense credit for just letting the Panthers miss inside. Sometimes you get nervous defensively and foul, but maybe the Panthers just haven't found the ability to hit the 3-footer. They have missed a bunch tonight. You got to think that's going to be a part of Coach Addison's halftime talk.
White from that left elbow, extended, knocks it down. Biggest lead back, 6 points here for the Lady Bruins. 2:15 left, and watch Davis try to take over here.
Yeah, if you're Snider and Davis, you want to cut this 6-point Northrop lead down before halftime. And if you're Northrop, you want to go from 6 to 13. But that 3 going to make that hard to do.
You cannot leave her with space, and head coach Muhammad not with a pleased look on her face on that defensive rotation. Oh, nice look. Anderson tried to block it, couldn't. Datcher with her 10th point.
And that is senior versus freshman. I think experience on display there as finishing at this end, but not the case early for the Panthers.
Oh, nice play. Athleticism by Scott to throw it between the legs and knock it off a Panther.
I think I saw Roger Federer do that a couple times. A little between the legs return. Works out in the Bruins' favor.
That was tremendous. And a correction on that, Datcher's last bucket was her 12th point, not her 10th. So White with 10 and Datcher with 12. That's your 22 for Northrop. Here's Hardy. Back to Davis, staying in this zone. Has Northrop been, and now White back on top of it with that length. 105.
Bruins now in a man-to-man defense. Let's see how the Panthers attack it. They go inside as they've done all game long. Datcher again trying to draw the offensive foul on Anderson.
She's done it once out of 3.
Referee not biting.
Oh, Scott somehow got all the way through to the cup. Couldn't get up over the rim, but she'll head to the line for 2. Boy, she a athletic and talented looking freshman.
Again, ability to knife through full speed is Scott, and that's going to earn her a trip to the free throw line. Try to extend this 5-point Northrop lead.
And they are calling this a shooting foul. It was the 7th team foul on Snider, so Northrop in the 1-and-1. Well, that is a 2-shot foul. Hits the first, 6-point lead, matches their biggest, 53 seconds left for Northrop. Head coach Muhammad's got to be pleased overall from what she's seen here in this first half and especially into the second quarter.
Oh, absolutely, and I think defensively they've been able to stop the offensive attack inside, which is what Coach Addison wanted to do early in the game. And, you know, right now Snider's only got 17 points, so defensively you got to be content with what your team's giving you defensively.
35 seconds left here in the second quarter. Looking for the last shot here are the Lady Panthers. The 5-second clock's going. Oh, just backed out of it. Now Gorman. Boone looking for Davis on a couple of screens. Good kick out to Gorman. They need that one.
Boy, she has been off. I think in the second half, if Gorman can get going, Snider's going to have a real chance to climb back in this.
Well, it's got to be a travel. It is a travel. Turnover 9 seconds. So a missed opportunity right there for Snider, and Northrop ball with 9.3 left. Crowd really starting to pile in here as we get midway through this first game of our doubleheader. That was clean on Davis. That's good if it goes. Scott, no. And knocked away. And that's not good even if it went. So that is the end of our first half, 24-17. Andrew, outstanding run by Northrop, led by 2 scorers for the most part, and Datcher and White.
Yeah, as Davis came in there to start the second quarter, I think we were sitting at about 13-14 was your score, and you kind of could see this being a 7-point Snider lead. However, really not a lot of scoring there in the second quarter for the Panthers, and Northrop able to push this to a 7-point lead. And obviously, if you're Coach Muhammad, you're not letting your team be content with that. That is not part of your halftime talk. But a good first 16 minutes for the Lady Bruins.
So let's take a look at our SummitCitySports.com replay before we take our break. This was the nice look from Destiny Jackson, the high low to Datcher. This was early in the game, about midway through that first. And you see, I mean, it's just a missing weapon that they didn't have in that SAC holiday tournament, excuse me, which is proving to be huge for head coach Mohammed.
Yeah, and her experience, Datcher's experience and abilities inside just really makes Jackson all the much better passer, because she's throwing to somebody that can get in position and can finish it once she catches it. And that pass is open. Again, sometimes you have to bounce it around. Sometimes you have to play a little three-dimensionally and pass it vertically over the top of defenders. And Destiny Jackson so good at making plays for the Bruins.
Yeah, Nyjah Hardy, she had 5 points, a couple of steals, led to some buckets. Let's take a look at one of those here on our SummitCitySports.com replay. Caught it late. And we'll try to back that up here for you. As she comes up, gets this pass right there from Gorman, knows exactly what to do with it. Takes it all the way to the left hand and up and over Datcher. That was the N1 opportunity. So she's been tough as well in that first half match with Davis and Anderson. Snider's not out of this by any means. They're right in this ball game. A couple shots go their way. It's a different ball game.
Absolutely. I think if you're Coach Addison, you're trying to tell your girls that, and especially maybe a couple players, and Gorman and Anderson. Gorman, I think, is maybe over 10 from the field, but every shot she's had is a good look. And if you're her coach, you're telling her, hey, continue to shoot it. Those shots are going to fall. And then if you're Nyjah Anderson, continue to use your feet and play low. Even though you're 6'2", you want to play low to be stronger against Northrop's interior defense. And I think if those two players can convert a couple of buckets in the second half, you're going to see, that along with Alicia Davis, you're going to see a run here made by the Panthers.
Well, that's good stuff there from Andrew West joining us here, SummitCitySports.com. This is Tim Atkinson. We're going to take a break here for halftime, about a 5-minute break, catch our breath, get you some stats, and we'll come back and get set for our second half of action. You are watching the SAC right here from SummitCitySports.com.
When you experience a sports injury, muscle, or joint pain, you want treatment right away. Parkview Ortho Express provides same-day orthopedic and sports injury care without referral or appointment, offering diagnostics, x-rays, the region's only body composition DEXA scan right inside of the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse. Walk in Monday through Thursday, 7 to 7, Friday, 7 to 5, and Saturday, 8 to noon. For more information, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com/orthoexpress.
It's the comets. Comets falling from the sky. 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 Comets falling from the sky.
This is the first time I've been able to do this kind of more complete understanding or view of your body. One of the things that's really important about this is that it's kind of legitimizing us as athletes.
Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on. Concussions. They're a concern for parents of athletes in any sport. That's why Parkview Sports Medicine is leading the way with the area's first concussion clinic. Our integrated sports medicine team utilizes an innovative, evidence-based approach to manage athletic-related head injuries in those 14 and older, providing comprehensive care to get the athlete you love safely back in play. To schedule an appointment, call Parkview Sports Medicine at 266-4007. Reaching higher, pushing further. Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
The Kelly Automotive Group is simple, transparent, reliable. Simple. Our customer specialists make buying a car easy and fun. Transparent. Our price listed is the best price. No hassle, no gimmicks. Reliable. Buy with confidence and peace of mind. We work hard to ensure the best value however you shop. Choose from over 60 vehicles under $10,000. Visit drivekelly.com. The Kelly Automotive Group. Simple, transparent, reliable.
Get mad about blue. Get mad about your Fort Wayne Mad Ants. When looking for the best basketball action in town, it's the Go to FortWayneMadAnts.com for the complete game schedule. See your Fort Wayne Mad Ants in action. Get mad about blue.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. They just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Parkview Sports Medicine, especially since I've been a pro, has been a place where my game has really been able to develop in multiple facets. Injury prevention, maintenance, physical therapy, weightlifting, agility work, all the things that I need to do in order to have an NBA body. This is the place for me to go when I come back home and I need to get a workout in. Always welcome me back with open arms.
Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
It may be winter, but it's never too early to start thinking about spring. Start your new year sharp and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Fair prices, superior quality, and exceptional customer service. Schedule your spring special appointment today. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Give your home the curb appeal it deserves. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code SummitCity for 15% off today.
Both runners are running, play coming home.
From the crucial plays to the highlight of the game to the victory celebration, we are there. Summit City Sports isn't just a business, it's a group of companies investing in the youth of Fort Wayne athletics.
It's because of Parkview Sports Medicine, because of Kelly Automotive Group, Indiana Wesleyan University, the University of St. Francis, and Big Eye Fish, that we can produce our broadcast viewed by hundreds of thousands in Northeast Indiana.
Support Summit City Sports. Become a sponsor. Join our winning team today.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. SummitCitySports.com coming to you live right here from Northrop High School. Game 1 of 2 here in the SAC doubleheader action. Girls first, boys will follow. The boys game will be a rematch of the semifinal game in the SAC Holiday Tournament, which was a 75-68 Snider win over Northrop. Snider then moved on to the championship game and were defeated by Luke Goody's 31 points. Zach Kruger coming up big as Homestead won the SAC Holiday Tournament on both sides, the boys and the girls. But we're about a minute and a half left. Let's go through some of the stats here for you. For the visiting Snider Panthers, leading scorer was Delisha Davis with 7 points. Just played that second quarter, did not play the first quarter at all. Naja Hardy with 5 big points as well. 2 players with 2 is Anderson and Weeks for Snider. And then 1 point for Nakai Boone on that free throw. For the Northrop Lady Bruins, leading scorer, of course, Treva Datcher, 12 points. She also had 5 boards in that first half. Leading up Second with that scoring was Tiana White, coming in, about 2 minutes left to go in that first quarter. Did not get to start. Went 4 for 4 from the charity stripe and did have 10 points go along with the 2 boards. But big stat here that I'm seeing jumping out at me, number 23, the freshman, 6 boards for Amanda Thatcher in that first half, which is absolutely tremendous against the size here of these Snider Lady Panthers. So we'll take one more break. We'll stay right here and actually go through our sponsorship, as we are excited, of course, to bring you SAC Holiday Basketball now into the new year. Tremendous stuff. Summit Athletic Conference, big shout out Big Eyed Fish, has been around the Northeast Indiana area for generations. Like their Facebook pages for updated promotions. Come enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment at the Big Eyed Fish. University of St. Francis offers 100% job employment and select programs, 100% pass rates on many licensure exams. With over 2,300 students, the main campus is located in the heart of Fort Wayne. Visit sf.edu. Give your home the curb appeal it deserves and trust Kurt Smeo to power wash your home. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Just head on over to kurtsmeo.com, request your virtual quote. Use the code SummitCity for 15% off all your power washing services today. At Parkview Sports Medicine, it is game on. We're the region's largest integrated sports medicine team, providing athletes specialized services from improving their performance to recovering from injuries. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com. Kelly Automotive Group is Indiana's #1 automotive group with over 1,000 new vehicles and 500 pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Please visit drivekelly.com. Simple, transparent, reliable. The world is waiting. The world is waiting for you to make a difference in a way that only you can. Discover your strengths at Indiana Wesleyan University's residential campus in Marion, Indiana. Visit indwes.edu. So as we get set for our third quarter, 8 more minutes of game action up on the clock. 7-point lead is our halftime score for the Northrop Bruins. Going to be huge for Snider, as Northrop will get possession. Snider needs to get a couple stops and get some momentum back in this contest.
Yeah, already you see a defensive change for Coach Addison. Looks like a 1-3-1, which turns right away into a turnover, and I was going to say bucket, and again the Panthers missing some 2-footers that
that's going to be a foul.
Frustrating if you're Coach Addison. But right away, a trap on the far sideline and a turnover. Let's see what the Panthers can do on this underneath out of bounds.
Here is Davis looking to inbound. 7:43 on the clock, down by 7. So they got the stop that they needed to start. Now Boone, 14-foot jumper, no good. Good box out from Datcher. Oh, just throw it away. Oh, right in between Scott and White. And out of bounds it goes.
Yeah, a simple pivot goes a long way. Little rush there on the delivery. And the Bruins, again, staying in that 1-2-2. It held the Panthers, for the most part, to 17 points in the first half. And let's see what Snider does this time. You mentioned Gorman, or excuse me, we were talking about Gorman and Anderson at halftime. Hopefully provide some offensive firepower for the Panthers. And a start there is Anderson.
Naisha Anderson, the freshman, gets her second bucket of the game. Now has 4. And that's the aggressive that they're wanting more and more out of the talented Snider Panther freshman, Naisha Anderson. You know, it took her some time to figure out it was her move to go to, but right back, Northrop comes with Tiana White and her 12th point.
That's a nice response against that 1-3-1. Looks like a trapping 1-3-1 by the Panthers.
Good call baseline. Nakaya Boone just dragged that pivot foot as she came to the stop. Turnover. It'll go back to Northrop. So Snider got a nice stop to start the third quarter, and then Northrop comes right back. 26-19, 6:40. Scott into the paint. Oh, nice dribble weave. That was a pretty dribble for Jasia Scott.
Just finding seams.
Yeah.
Like she's familiar with a sewing machine. Making a pair of Wranglers out there. Jasia Scott.
Davis is going to leave to Gorman. Gorman just has not been able to buy a bucket here through the first half. Nice. Davis showed the ball and got her off balance. Davis right back up and gets her first points of the second half. They pull within 7. She has 9. Scott.
Guess who? Knifing through. We're talking not a knife through butter, Tim, but a warm, hot knife. Like you ran hot water over it for 7 to 13 seconds and then cut the butter. That's Jasia Scott.
Jasia Scott with an outstanding take, no doubt about it. Of course, this broadcast brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260sports. Like and follow our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Parkview Sports Medicine continues to lead the way in Northeast Indiana. Our specialized sports medicine team offers direct access to physical therapy and sports physicians in our new Parkview Ortho Express clinic located at the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse. No referral needed, saving you time and money. Visit ParkviewSportsMedicine.com to learn more.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if Snider comes out and stays in that 1-3-1, as Jasia Scott seems to be very fond of that defense in the third quarter.
So we're under 6 minutes here in this third quarter. Northrop enjoying this 9-point lead. Beautiful look. That was a beautiful look down low, and Anderson couldn't get it up, but she is fouled.
Yeah, and it's early in the third quarter, but these two free throws are big, not just for Snider, but for Anderson. If she can see the ball simply go in the basket, especially for a freshman, just to see the ball go in a couple times, it can really give you some confidence going forward.
There's the sophomore for Northrop. Jasmine Perry picks up her third foul. That's the second on the Bruins here in this third quarter. Anderson trying for her second attempt. Spun that all the way down and out. Here comes Northrop. They can make it a double-digit lead. White. That's such an advantage that Northrop has, is pretty much all 5 players on the floor can ball handle for him. But you got to come out on Davis. Oh, that rim has been unkind for both teams on this side, as that's going to be a foul.
You're right. That was halfway down. I don't think legally they can give her 1.5 points for that shot. But, man, it was halfway down and somehow squeaked out of there.
So Amanda Thatcher picks up her third personal. And the third on the team. Jasia Scott's going to check back in for Northrop on this make or miss from Anderson. Still can't get the free throw. She'll check in for Thatcher, as Thatcher looks bewildered on those calls. Sometimes you got to feel for the kids. 5:29, Anderson needs this. Just to see it go down through the hoop, as you mentioned, Andrew. Anderson, that one was off as soon as it came off her fingertips.
Yeah, and the shot's a little flat. I think if she can improve her arch a little bit, give that ball a better chance to simply go in, as Scott knifes through again, but the 6'2 Anderson maybe caused her to miss. Speaking of knifing through, Davis, so good offensively. Look at her sneak to the corner. If her teammates can find her, they do.
And that time, Datcher didn't recover fully enough out to that corner. That led to the triple from Delisha Davis. She has 12. We don't want to get Baby D hot because she can cut a 10-point deficit down real quick. Nice move by Datcher. Comes right back and helps her squad out with a chance for an and one.
And again, give her credit, her Treva Datcher, but it's senior versus freshman down there, and the senior thus far is winning the battle.
14 points now for Treva Datcher. She leads her squad in that category. 12 points for White, 6 for Scott. The leading scorers on the floor for Northrop. Keisha Weeks is going to check back in as she cannot convert on the and-one opportunity. Here's Hardy.
And if I'm Snider, I'm finding Delisha Davis and giving her a crack. You never can go wrong by entering it into the post, but I'd give her a crack. She's just hit a 3 and missed 1 by a hair, and you kind of want to get your players a chance to get hot if you can.
And Nyesha Hardy did a nice job on defense, transition to get back in, and did not foul, caused the miss on the shot. It comes down, and now out to Snider and a chance to cut into this 8-point deficit. Don't forget, we will have the boys following the conclusion of this contest, as Weeks right in the paint goes to work, just couldn't get it to go. But it will be a tremendous matchup. Two of the better players in the SAC. Dylan Duff for Snider, Sydney Curry for Northrop, Michael Ely for Snider, Isaac Anderson for Northrop. You name it, we could go on and on. It's going to be a tremendous game in a rematch of the semifinal, as 16 points now for Datcher, as Davis missed, and Jackson with another rebound and took it hit right upside the head. That's a good call by that far side official.
Yeah, and Snider's had a couple good looks the last 2 or 3 possessions. They just haven't gone in. 6-footers, 3-footers. That one a 15-foot pull-up for Davis, just unable to drop in. And Northrop's lead now 10. And here comes Tiana White.
That's going to be a foul on Nakai Boone. So Tiana White knows what to do with the ball. I'm telling you what, she is a talent. Her and Jackson combined. Go with some of the other sophomores and the freshmen here for Northrop. And head coach Muhammad has got to feel very nice here at Northrop. Speaking of, big shout out to Athletic Director Bob Shank, always an outstanding host here at Northrop High School. As we're going to have a timeout called by head coach Addison, so we'll take it with them full timeout. You are watching the SAC right here from SummitCitySports.com.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team. We're treating injuries when and where they happen and working to prevent them before they do. We believe the best care is coordinated care, helping ensure you get the individualized services you need every step of the way, offering innovative treatment techniques to get you or the athlete you love back in play. Reaching higher, pushing further. Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. SummitCitySports.com. Chris Cochran on the camera. Andrew Wiss doing your color. This is Tim Atkinson with the play-by-play. Game one of our doubleheader here live from Northrop High School. Mark Schilf Gymnasium. Big shout out Athletic Director Bob Shank. Tiana White to the line to shoot. And can't get it to go. Rebound by Weeks. Here comes Davis.
Let's see if Snider falls back into that zone, and they do. Again, it's been effective, and maybe it's been effective since because Snider simply hasn't been able to hit the outside shot consistently, and they're also missing some inside close ones when they do attack it inside.
Here's Gorman back to Boone, coming back up top to Hardy, and watch White move her feet up top. That could have been a travel there.
I thought Hardy was going to pull a little curly kneel, keep the dribble alive, and rise back up. And there again, you see the zone, the effectiveness there as you drive it in there, but nothing meets you but length, long arms, and Northrop's doing a great job of defending without fouling.
Datcher with another rebound. That's 8 unofficially. Here's White. Had 6 at the break. White, nobody stop ball, and she'll make them pay every time. I just mentioned it. You cannot let her get a lane to the cup because she will finish. 9 out of 10.
I think Coach Addison just changed the substitution there as Boone didn't step in to take the charge and could have. And now Davis, maybe sensing this lead getting away from her team, tried to hit from the corner there.
That's number 12, Jada Kepney. The junior is going to check in for the first time as Gorman will have a seat for head coach Addison and the Snider Lady Panthers. Snider looking to inbound. We're 2:53. Hardy. They want to go right back to Davis. They do. Weeks has Datcher on her backside. Tough pass. Got it through. A nice pivot for Markeisha Weeks.
Yeah, give Weeks credit. She was able to turn there over to her left shoulder, which is her preferred shoulder to attack from. And
travel on that far side. So we'll go right back to Snider, a chance to cut it into this double-digit deficit here.
Yeah, they're going to need to string together some scores, but also some stops on this end. But with 2:34, 10 minutes left in the game, a little over 10 minutes, definitely plenty of time if they can string some things together.
Crowd still piling in here at Northrop Mark Schoaf Gymnasium. Nearing 2:20 left in this third quarter. Davis, jump stop. Beautiful move. That is next level, kids. Baby D, jump stop and comes to a jumper. Skip pass. Ooh, Hardy Nearly got to that. Datcher, I don't think she felt Kepney on that side. As Datcher and Weeks.
Yeah, one of the neat things about these doubleheader games, especially if in the second half of the first game, the girls' game, is that the energy just keeps filling up the gym as the energy, I guess, builds for the second game. But the third and fourth quarter just continue, especially in close games. So if you're Snider, you're hoping that it remains close. You get a chance to claw back in. And they're going to be excited for sure. Weeks now, couple of buckets in a row.
Markeisha Weeks, I'm telling you, the more playing time she gets, the better for the Snider Panthers. She has 6 points and has been trouble with Datcher. Datcher getting a little frustrated as they two were talking, as we're going to have a timeout called by head coach Muhammad, a 30-second timeout for Northrop. So we'll stay right here. This is SummitCitySports.com. Thank you for joining us. I'll be back at it tomorrow, live. Blackhawk Christian, one of the best sophomores in the United States of America, and Caleb First, and one of the best teams in the state of Indiana, led by Frankie Davidson, Caleb First and company, and head coach Mark Davidson. It's going to be a good one tomorrow against Concordia, 7:30, live from SummitCitySports.com. Kelly Automotive Group is Indiana's #1 automotive group with over 1,000 new vehicles and 500 pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Please visit drivekelly.com. Simple, transparent, reliable. The world is waiting for you to make a difference in a way that only you can. Discover your strengths at Indiana Wesleyan University's residential campus in Marion, Indiana. Visit indwes.edu. So back to the action. 1:31 left in this third quarter. 7-point lead. Been cut down from about 13-14 here by Snider. They're going to Datcher on the block, couldn't get it to her. Weeks has got to be careful with the low body there. Officials really eyeing her down there. Datcher, tough catch. The swipe down, but Datcher too strong, finishes through the contact.
And a great pass there. Again, kind of simple to say, throw it away from the defense and to your teammate. That's exactly what the Bruins were able to do there, and Datcher caught it, finished it on the weak side.
Here is Hardy, floater with the right hand, good no call, and Hardy puts it up and in. She now has 7.
And again, we saw that fearlessness in the first half as she just attacked the trees inside for the Lady Bruins. Speaking of fearless, here's Jasia Scott. Weeks, nice job there not fouling the shooter.
7-point game. Hardy makes it 5. Uh-oh, Snider making a run, 39-34, 32 seconds.
Coach Muhammad calling for one shot here. 26 ticks on the clock here in the third quarter. 5-second counts on. I don't know if Scott knows it.
Tell you what, the Snider fans wanted it. And the steal. Oh, Kepney had it, and then Datcher, she's going to get hit with the foul. Kind of came in there like a bull and knocked some players down. That's going to be a foul on Datcher, just her second, and the 4th on the team.
Good hustle there, and if you're the Panthers, you just gave yourself a chance for yourself to get the last shot of the quarter. And huge there, as it was going to be Northrop ball coming out to start the fourth quarter. Northrop could have gone possession, and instead, here's Davis, jump stop. Is she going to get to the foul line? They call that a shooting foul. I believe they did.
Wait, he may be changing this. Yep, he's saying it's out of bounds.
Yeah, I think she was going to shoot that, but really hadn't started her shooting motion yet. And so I think a good call there by the officials.
I agree on that. 5.6 left. Snider with a chance to cut into this 5-point deficit. In the corner, Weeks. 3 seconds. Oh, threw it away. And that'll go out of bounds with 0.1 remaining. So nothing you can do right here. It's a tap in at the top of the rim, which I haven't seen any jams this game. So
yet. Keyword is yet.
Very true. Too. Very true. Never know.
Growth mindset.
The lob to Datcher. Almost got it up and in.
That's some action there. Nice read and pass.
So at the end of 3, we got a ball game, 39-34. You are watching the Summit Athletic Conference right here from SummitCitySports.com.
Kelly Automotive Group is simple, transparent, reliable, simple. Our customer specialists make buying a car easy and fun. Transparent. Our price listed is the best price. No hassle, no gimmicks. Reliable. Buy with confidence and peace of mind. We work hard to ensure the best value however you shop. Choose from over 60 vehicles under $10,000. Visit drivekelly.com. The Kelly Automotive Group. Simple, transparent, reliable.
Both runners are running. Play coming home.
From the crucial plays to the highlight of the game to the victory celebration, we are there. Summit City Sports isn't just a business, it's a group of companies investing in the youth of Fort Wayne athletics.
It's because of Parkview Sports Medicine, because of Kelly Automotive Group, Indiana Wesleyan University, University of St. Francis, and Big Eye Fish, that we can produce our broadcast viewed by hundreds of thousands in Northeast Indiana.
Support Summit City Sports. Become a sponsor. Join our winning team today.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Final 8 minutes of the contest on the board, 39-34. This is the Summit Athletic Conference brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Snider 2-3 in conference play, and Northrop looking for their first win, 0-5. As that is Serenity Bragg back in, and she got the rebound, but we're going to have a jump ball.
And Jackson's been quiet. They got her a look there against that sort of high 2-3 zone by the Panthers, but unable to finish the 8-footer.
Kathleen checks out.
So Anderson back in for the Panthers. Let's see if they go through her against this 1-2-2 Northrop zone.
Here's Boone in the corner. Comes back out Gorman. Good high post feed to Anderson. Anderson, that's an offensive foul. Good call. She got that extended too far. That's a good call. You can't have that, especially right in front of the official.
Yeah, and I think next year at this time she'll catch, pivot, and look at her attack before she puts it on the floor and then decides to, make a decision. But part of being a freshman, learning on the fly.
No doubt about it, but a travel, so it goes right back to Snider. Another chance to cut in this 5-point deficit. As, of course, the crowd still coming in. We have the boys' game up after the conclusion of this. See, of course, some familiar faces sitting there front row. Gregory Patterson, John Barnes Sr. And you got Vern, you got Zach Welkin. Some familiar faces here in the hoops community here in Fort Wayne. What a feed. Scott and then White with the adjustment in the air. That was nasty.
The left hand. I think I made a left-hand layup once in my life, and it was in practice. Well done there, Tiana White.
So that's a full timeout going to be called by head coach Muhammad, so we will take it with them. You're watching the SAC from SummitCitySports.com.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team. We're treating injuries when and where they happen and working to prevent them before they do. We believe the best care is coordinated care, helping ensure you get the individualized services you need every step of the way, offering innovative treatment techniques to get you or the athlete you love back in play. Reaching higher, pushing further. Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. They just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education, but also the experience.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 7:05 left in this fourth quarter. 41-34, Northrop is on top of Snider. Northrop looking for their first win of the conference season. And you look at this team and you wonder why that's possible, but Davis cuts it now to 5.
Yeah, so sneaky on the baseline as Davis. And used the window there. Had a tough angle.
16 points now for Davis. She leads her squad. Here's White. She has 17. Touch, couldn't get it. Anderson with a big board. Comes to Davis. Has numbers if she goes. She does. Little high dribble. Little euro. Little back rim, no good. Rebound by Davis. She got it. White couldn't handle it. Put it back up and couldn't get the roll. Davis stole it again. Are you serious? Davis, what the swipe.
Boy, I thought they stopped her a couple times, but she just stayed with it. Call it stick-to-itiveness. That's not a word, at least in the English language.
It is in basketball, Colin. There's no doubt about that. White can't answer. Davis, That's a one-possession game. It could be a tied-up game. Oh, it's Davis trying to go behind the back and lost it. The left-hand lay-in, nicely done from Jasmine Perry, the sophomore. She gets her first bucket.
A little look what I found, but then Perry kicked on the afterburners, and a big bucket for the Bruins with 5:45 remaining.
So we'll come near side. Gorman, baseline dribble drive on Bragg. Couldn't get it to go. Rebound comes to Boone. Boone needed to go glass, couldn't, and that's going to be over the back on Nyesha Anderson. That'll be her 4th personal and the 6th on the team.
And give Bragg credit. That was one of Coach Muhammad's keys, was boxing out there, and Bragg put her backside into the much taller Anderson and rewarded for her effort.
So Anderson will check out with the 4 personal fouls. As I mentioned, 6th on Snider. 43-38. We have 5:36 left in the ball game. SummitCitySports.com. Thank you for joining us. Follow us on Twitter at 260sports. Like and follow our Facebook page, Summit City Sports. As Scott with the baseline runner. You don't see that very often.
A little no, 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 yes, yes, yes. If you're Coach Muhammad there, didn't even use the window.
That was a tough shot, yes.
Touch.
Skip pass. Ooh, thought Scott may have got that. Oh, Weeks, right place, right time, but couldn't get it. Davis, though, and then short-armed it. You see that so often. Kids, just go window right there. You don't have to judge it.
If you can't dunk it, use the backboard, and a nice move going to be wiped away. Traveling call there. I don't think the crowd likes it.
Crowd definitely doesn't like it, Andrew. There's no doubt about that.
And it's been a slow game for Jackson, but she's got to avoid frustration and play this last 4:52.
Davis jump stop. What a shot over Jackson. Are you kidding me?
She can't make the 2-footer, but she makes the 15-footer with a hand in her face.
Back to a 5-point deficit for the Lady Panthers. Datcher, guarded by Davis. Kick out, Perry. Oh, Hardy nearly got to it. Scott, though, is absolutely tough. Scott trying to shake on Hardy. Finds White. White looking for Datcher. Davis, beautiful read on the inbound, on the pass down low to post.
That was so close from being a layup and 2 points for the Bruins, and instead it turns into a potential 2-point possession for the Panthers as Weeks will step to the line.
And if that is on Datcher, that's her 3rd. See what.
Both teams now with 6 team fouls, so both will be shooting the bonus on the next foul.
They're going to give it actually to number 14. That's Jasmine Perry, the sophomore, so that's her 4th. And as Andrew mentioned, the team 6th. Weeks need those free throws here late. 4:08 on the clock as Thatcher's going to check back in.
Boy, and you know it's a Northrop Snider game as the baseline starts to fill up with fans. People want the ground level view.
Weeks. Outstanding atmosphere here. Bob Shank, athletic director. And we're going to have a lane violation, I believe, on the shooter. So that's going to be an automatic ball to Northrop. 4:08 left in the ball game. Still a 2-possession game, 45-40.
Yeah, missed opportunity there, I think, especially if you're Snider. They got the steal and 2 free throws and unable to cut into this 5-point Northrop lead.
Here comes Scott and Northrop.
And it's now a man-to-man defense by Coach Addison's Panthers.
Midway through the 4th quarter.
Davis looking to run and jump. Here's Scott.
Not again.
Again, a tough angle, but guess who?
Davis can't come out with a low drive. Oh, look at the hustle from Thatcher. Thatcher, beautiful hustle, getting to the ground. 3, no. Woo. Scrambling, couple possessions. This is how this ball game's going to end.
Little chaos with 3:30 left. Fans got to like it.
Gorman, can she hit one? Oh, bend a lid on the cup.
Boy, you saw Jaja Scott get that rebound and just want to take a breath. This game has been frantic, and now the players will get a chance to rest. It's a foul going to be called, I believe, on Hardy.
That will be the team 7th, so we're going 1-1.
Only the second foul for Hardy.
7th on the team, and J.J. Scott will go to the line for the front end of the 1-1.
And nobody really in foul trouble for either team. Thatcher for Northrop, number 23, does have 4 personal fouls.
As does Jasmine Perry, number 14 for Northrop. But no trouble at all for Snider, but Scott hits the first. These are big free throws down the stretch.
Yeah, and there's still 3 minutes, 12 seconds left, so a lot of time, but these are big free throws. And maybe the 2 missed free throws earlier by Weeks make these even bigger.
Second attempt, no good. Rebound, Davis. Davis wants to push. Davis try to get over to Hardy, knocked away as Weeks gets to it. Oh, that's going to be a block foul on Scott. And a good job by Weeks just to walk away. As we're going to be 3:02 left, Weeks will go to the line as that's the 7th team foul. That foul was on Scott, her second, team 7th. As Datcher will get down on the line. Coach Muhammad and staff were having a coronary trying to just get their players on the free throw line. Nothing like coaching high school, right?
Well, and it's not just high school, it's freshmen and sophomores out there, and so the job all the more harder.
Weeks hits the first, big one. Needs this one as well. Gets the roll.
The iron kind there, and so if you're Northrop, you want great possessions. You'll take layups, but obviously you don't want to rush anything with a 4-point lead. There's a nice attack by White.
Telling you, she is so good getting to the paint. You'll see it in the boys' game as well on both sides. Quaylin Pettis for Northrop and Dylan Duff for Snider. You're going to see some slashing of the basketball here in game number 2 as well, just from what you saw from the sophomore Tiana White.
Yeah, and I think it's really going to come down to for Northrop, can you catch it, expect pressure, make a fake, and then make a good basketball play or a good basketball decision. You don't want to catch and dribble. It's so easy to say, but with young players and young brains out here, Coach Muhammad hoping her team is willing to do that offensively.
White, 2 big free throws to knock them down, as did Weeks. Now here comes Davis for Snider. We're under 3 minutes. 2:45 to be exact. Naisha Hardy. Boone still staying in that 1-2-2 zone. 3, got it! Delisha Davis from the corner is straight filthy.
Boy, the defense was there. They actually had 2 out there in the corner, but Delisha Davis's shot pocket is so high and so far back from the defense. She's able to get it cocked and ready, and that was back of the rim and down for Davis.
So we had an inverted whistle after that make. There was not a timeout called, so we're back to the live action here. 2:30 left. 48-45 is your score. Here's Datcher at the high post. That is a tremendous move for Treva Datcher.
Little show and go, little crossover step and right hand finish on the left side for Datcher.
And a travel. And an off game, unfortunately, for Gorman. We'll go back to Northrop, up by 5.
And if I'm Northrop, again, I'm going back at least to get Datcher a touch. Let her survey. Take your time. Get it to the lone senior on the floor for you. There it is. She surveys, bounce pass in the basket area. Block to block. The rule is make it a bounce pass.
Beautiful play there by Datcher. Didn't settle for herself on the open player. And White has 21 as Gorman finally knocks one down.
You like the trust there from Davis. I thought she was just going to jack one and out of desperation, but she trusted her teammate Gorman. And this is a 5-point game with 92 seconds remaining.
Good look to Thatcher. Just couldn't handle it. Here comes Davis. Davis. Oh, uses the body. That was tremendous. Kind of came to a stop in midair, and Datcher ran into her. Oh, but we're going to get a foul, I think. Who's it on? That was on 5, Jasia Scott. Okay. So they'll give that on Scott, not Datcher. That's her third, team's eighth, and Davis to the line. She can cut it to a one-possession game with 2 makes.
Yeah, big free throws here. Plus, if you make the second, as she makes the first here, it allows you to set up your press if you want to full-court press if you're Coach Addison. I think Northrop may call a timeout here upon gaining possession.
24 points for Davis, trying to make it 25 and make it a one-possession game for her Lady Panthers. Gets the roll, 25 points and a timeout called by head coach Muhammad. So we'll stay right here. SummitCitySports.com bringing you this live broadcast. Follow us on Twitter at 260sports. Like and follow our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Give your home the curb appeal it deserves, and trust Kurtz Mio to give your power wash a home. Additional services include concrete ceiling, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote. Use the code Summit City for 15% off all your power washing services today. University of St. Francis offers 100% job employment and select programs and 100% pass rates on many licensure exams. With over 2,300 students, the main campus is located in the heart of Fort Wayne. Visit sf.edu. So back to the live action here, 52-49.
For Snider, it has been the Delisha Davis show. 17 second half points for Davis, and there's still time left for her to add to that, and obviously your team needs her to do so. Down 3. This looks like man-to-man pressure for the Panthers. If the Bruins just clear it out, I think they're going to be able to bring it up. And they get it to their best ball handler, Jackson, who's been quiet tonight. Most of the scoring done by Datcher and White for the Bruins.
Don't get it twisted. Destiny Jackson is outstanding player. No points here tonight, but she's done a lot of the little things. 52-49, 1 minute left. No shot clock in the state of Indiana. Make sure you send your complaints. I'll co-sign them for you. Here's White, guarded by Davis. And there's going to be a foul. That will send Tiana White to the line, which is not the person you want. She's been perfect from the charity stripe. 1-and-1 coming.
Yeah, well done there by the Bruins. Able to keep it spaced, catch, see, attack, and force the Panthers to foul there after about 24 seconds being taken off the clock.
Here is White. Hits the first. 2-possession game. White now with 22 points. She leads her squad in that category.
How do you win basketball games late, Tim?
You got to make free throws.
You got to make free throws.
Here's White doing such a thing. Right here is the talented sophomore. Hits it. Just a nice looking stroke throughout the whole free throw she has. 54-49, 48 seconds. Davis needs to score in a hurry. That's a travel. So it'll go right back to Northrop, 44.6 left.
That may have looked worse than it was, but they did call the travel, and here's a sneaking Datcher, able to lay it in. Nice pass ahead by Tiana White.
Datcher running the floor, coming up big, and then swats it on Gorman and keeps it in play. Tremendous. This senior, I'm telling you what, that would have been a whole different team there in the holiday tournament as you're seeing here today. This is not an 0-5 conference team at all, Andrew.
Yeah, she just laid it in and then sprinted 82 feet and blocked it on this end. And that may have sealed the deal. We'll call her the caulk to the game, if you will. Sealing it up. Treva Datcher.
19 seconds left. 56-49. White back to the charity stripe. She has 23 points. And make it 24, back to a 8-point lead.
You're right, shooters, young shooters out there watching. All positive motion from Tiana White. The ball doesn't move in any negative action. Knee bend and then positive with a good arch. And I just jinxed her.
Yeah, that's what we do. But Datcher there for the putback and the bucket. So she ties the leading scorer, 24s. Is White and Datcher, and that's going to do it. 10-point win as Northrop, they will get their first win of the Summit Athletic Conference season. And a big game from Tiana White, 24 points, and Treva Datcher's 24 as well. What a tremendous game for head coach Muhammad.
Yeah, the Bruins have improved to 7-7 on the season, and as you said there, get their first conference win. And again, you're going to get a lot of credit to the scorers for the Bruins. Of their 59 points, Treva Datcher 24 and Tiana White also with 24 points. Those two stepping it up as you need players to do in SAC play.
Well, that is our final, ladies and gentlemen, 59-49. Of course, we're going to sign off from this broadcast, and we'll start up the boys broadcast, which will be shortly here this evening. So just go ahead and switch over to the boys broadcast. Until then, thank you for joining us here. You have been watching the Summit Athletic Conference right here from SummitCitySports.com.
When you experience a sports injury, muscle, or joint pain, you want treatment right away. Parkview Ortho Express provides same-day orthopedic and sports injury care without referral or appointment, offering diagnostics, x-rays, the region's only body composition DEXA scan right inside of the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse. Walk in Monday through Thursday, 7 to 7, Friday, 7 to 5, and Saturday, 8 to noon. For more information, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com/orthoexpress.
It's the comets. Comets falling from the sky. 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 Comets falling from the sky.
This is the first time I've been able to do this kind of more complete understanding or view of your body. One of the things that's really important about this is that it's kind of legitimizing us as athletes.
Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on. Concussions. They're a concern for parents of athletes in any sport. That's why Parkview Sports Medicine is leading the way with the area's first concussion clinic. Our integrated sports medicine team utilizes an innovative, evidence-based approach to manage athletic-related head injuries in those 14 and older, providing comprehensive care to get the athlete you love safely back in play. To schedule an appointment, call Parkview Sports Medicine at 266-4007. Reaching higher, pushing further. Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
The Kelly Automotive Group is simple, transparent, reliable. Simple. Our customer specialists make buying a car easy and fun. Transparent. Our price listed is the best price. No hassle, no gimmicks. Reliable. Buy with confidence and peace of mind. We work hard to ensure the best value however you shop. Choose from over 60 vehicles under $10,000. Visit drivekelly.com. The Kelly Automotive Group. Simple, transparent, reliable.
Get mad about blue. Get mad about your Fort Wayne Mad Ants. When looking for the best basketball action in town, it's Go to FortWayneMadAnts.com for the complete game schedule. See your Fort Wayne Mad Ants in action. Get mad about blue.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Parkview Sports Medicine, especially since I've been a pro, has been a place where my game has really been able to develop in multiple facets. Injury prevention, maintenance, physical therapy, weightlifting, agility work, all the things that I need to do in order to have an NBA body. This is the place for me to go when I come back home and I need to get a workout in. Always welcome me back with open arms.
Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
It may be winter, but it's never too early to start thinking about spring. Start your new year sharp and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Fair prices, superior quality, and exceptional customer service. Schedule your spring special appointment today. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Give your home the curb appeal it deserves. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code SummitCity for 15% off today.
Both runners are running, play coming home.
From the crucial plays to the highlight of the game to the victory celebration, we are there. Summit City Sports isn't just a business, it's a group of companies investing in the youth of Fort Wayne athletics.
It's because of Parkview Sports Medicine, because of Kelly Automotive Group, Indiana Wesleyan University, University of St. Francis, and Big Eye Fish, that we can produce our broadcast viewed by hundreds of thousands in Northeast Indiana.
Support Summit City Sports. Become a sponsor. Join our winning team today.